Good afternoon. Welcome to the Otsego County Public Safety and Legal Affairs Committee meeting of August 14th, 2025. It is 1 p.m. First up is this whole hotel.
Second quarter spending overview. We have an expected spending amount of $61.3 million, or 29% of our $150 million revised budget. Actual spending through June 30th was $57 million, thus underspending according to the projection by $4.1 million. Our revenue overview shows a second quarter expected revenue amount of $62.7 million, or 31% of our $142.4 million revised budget. Actual revenues through June 30th were $54.3 million, thus incurring a revenue shortfall of $8.4 million according to the projection. We'll skip to 5. So for countywide overspending, we're seeing the county ambulance. Several positions were added during the 2025 budget process to support the Bassett partnership and increased workload seen in the department. The department head has been able to fill all of the vacant positions with the exception of one since the beginning of the year, thus increasing the amount of spending for personal services in comparison to prior years. We'll skip to 7, please. For our countywide over revenues, we're also seeing the county ambulance again. And this is due in part to a lack of historical data. Accurate and detailed posting of expenses and revenues began in August of 2023 when the new ambulance major code was established. In addition, a budget line has recently been added to track revenues for the Bassett partnership, seeing over $77,000 received since January. For contractual overspending, we're seeing the jail. We're seeing increased spending in inmate boarding and contracts account lines with an emphasis on the prime care medical invoices. As of July 31st, the jail has used 91% of the appropriated funds for contracts and 78% of appropriated funds for inmate boarding. We'll skip to 10. All right, county ambulance service overview. Our actuals show that second quarter spending came in at $843,000. At this rate, it is projected that the county will spend $2.2 million in 2025 compared to the adopted budget, which accounts for $2.4 million in spending. This could create a potential return of $205,000 in unused appropriated funds. For revenue, actuals show that the second quarter came in at $597,000. Projecting through year end, the county can anticipate nearly $2.1 million worth of revenue in comparison to the adopted budget amount of $2.2 million. This would create a potential revenue deficit of $61,000. By comparing the spending and revenue year-end differences between actuals and adopted budget, the county could see a potential net positive $144,000 for the general fund. For a position overview, the ambulance service saw the second largest increase of the quarter at 5 employees. Code enforcement, emergency services, and public safety communications all saw increases in their staffing levels. The jail, public defender's office, and the sheriff's office saw a decrease in staffing levels, with the sheriff's office seeing the largest decrease of the quarter at 3 employees. Our vacancy rate currently stands at 20%, and of our 570 budgeted positions, 116 of those remain vacant. This is an increase of 5 vacant positions. The highest number continue to be seen in DSS, the Sheriff's Department, and Highways, which account for 11% of the overall vacancy rate. 13 of the 16 vacant positions in the sheriff's office have been vacant since creation, a reflection of the addition of the 24/7 road patrol. Year-to-date budget changes can be seen in the Child Advocacy Center, the County Clerk's Office, E911, Emergency Services, Public Defender's Office, and the Sheriff's Office, with an overall total of $238,000 being moved from contingency. As for our watch list, there was no movement on the watch list for PSLA. Our strategic plan updates. PSLA departments have completed 26% of their strategic plan initiatives by the end of the second quarter. 53 essential activities are on track, 4 are slated for future progress, 41 have yet to be started, and 2 encountered a minor disruption, which are seen in E911 and code enforcement. Probation saw the largest progress update thus far, having completed 79% of their essential activities for the year. And I would like to highlight that we saw the addition of 3 strategic plans this quarter from the county clerk, the DA, and the sheriff's office. For our timeline, third quarter presentations will be given to committees in November.
Are all strategic plans in there on behalf of PSLA?
We're missing one. This one. For emergency services.
Okay.
No.
Oh, right,
We knew
right,
about that.
right,
Yes.
sorry.
And
Thank
they've been in contact with me, and we are actually meeting tomorrow to get that sorted out, and so then they'll be completed.
Excellent, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is the sheriff's office.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. Need approval to hire above base at a step 2 for a lateral transfer corrections officer that has 3 years prior service, and that has already been approved by the personnel director.
All right, motion.
Someone.
Second. Motion second, discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle.
Aye.
Katon.
Hi.
Brockway.
Yes.
Powers.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Approval to purchase patrol rifle optics and accessories in the amount of $18,127.50. The budget funds are available in our 31110 equipment line, and this is going to go off the Albany County contract.
Motion.
Someone.
Second.
Motion second, discussion?
What does that mean, Albany County contract?
Just in the purchasing, Albany County got a certain amount. We're gonna use what Albany County used to purchase the same equipment off government contracting. So it's a state contract that Albany County contract had.
You do that with another municipality.
I just didn't know what it meant.
Oh, yeah.
Further? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Katon.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Approved.
Thank you. Requesting contingency funds, the amount of $10,000 for Sheriff 3110 material and supplies line. Currently the line has a $2,000 balance, and we want to try to get through the remainder of the year.
Motion.
Someone.
Second. Did somebody second that?
Rick.
Yes.
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear it, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Motion second and discussion.
So last month you had some from contingency as well. What's this for, materials and supplies, what exactly?
Materials and supplies is like everything the office uses in quote unquote, like would be office supplies from paper to paper clips, envelopes to ID machine materials. but it also includes like, drug test kits, DNA test kits, all our evidence collection materials and documentation supplies for evidence.
So do you think this will be enough to get you through the year?
Yeah, hopefully, yes. This budget line was reduced during the last budget by $14,000.
Well, last month you got 10 too, right? Last month you took 10. Yeah. So last month you had 10, now this month there's another 10.
What, in materials and supplies?
You do that one?
I think last month was for the jail and this month is for the
Oh,
road patrol.
oh, thank you.
So they'd be two different lines.
Two different lines. Okay.
Further? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Aye. Approved.
Thank you. And lastly, requesting contingency funds, the amount of $50,000 for jail medical. That would be A3150 548950. The current line is over budget and the amount requested should get us through for the remainder of the year.
Motion? Second? Discussion?
Yeah, there, a big part of that is uncontrolled, not uncontrolled, difficult.
I believe we are looking to change the contract, maybe have an RFP going out on that, so maybe we'll get some of these back.
Anybody else? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Approved.
You know, it occurs to me, Mr. Chairman, now might be a good time to let everyone know what we learned at HSC earlier this week.
Yes.
There's these 730 people who have been charged with a crime but aren't mentally able to participate, so they're sent to an institution. I think we've all heard about this stuff. It's very expensive when we send them to an institution. Currently, we have 3, which we anticipate may increase. Bottom line, we're estimating that we will need to take $900,000 out of contingent to fund that. When you add that and what we have done here, and I'm not singling out the sheriff, although they're a big user of contingent funds, we're coming very close toward the end of the year to spend our entire contingent account. So we should all be sensitive to that.
Well, going into 24, the budget line for jail medical, what we proposed was really, I'll be honest with you, was a hope and a prayer at 75,000, knowing that usually we're around 100. And when the budget came out, we were at 2,500. So we went from what our proposed budget for 75,000, and it ended up being 25,000. So that's why we've been here before asking for contingency funds to keep the jail medical going.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Under Sheriff?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you
Anyone else?
very much.
Thank you. Yeah, we voted on that, right?
The sergeant to
We
approve.
voted on that, did we not?
Not the conference.
Yeah, Silver Spring.
Oh, my apologies.
Conferences.
Oh, the conferences?
Yeah.
The price of those are below the policy for attending conferences, which is $2,500. So, but yeah, we have a sergeant that's gonna go to the Sheriff's Association Supervisors Conference, which is for frontline supervisors, sergeants and above. And then we have 2 correction supervisors that are gonna go to the Sallyport Users Conference, which is an excellent conference. Sallyport is the computer system and related systems that run the jail, and everything in it. So that conference is usually really good. There's a lot of updates and a lot of information there. There's a lot of sheriff's offices across the state that use that system. So, there's a lot of information gained through that system that we can find out from other offices and other correctional facilities.
All right, so we're aware. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Next up is Mr. O'Brien, E911 and EMS.
Could I ask both Rob and the chairman if it would be appropriate to have that executive session piece first or wait until later in Rob's presentation?
We can do it now, I guess. If you want to wait a while.
Up to you.
Are you available to either Zoom in or, oh no, you can't.
Let's just do it. Do it, he's here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for executive session for. Letter F, medical, financial credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment of employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. So I have a motion. So
Okay.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing no opposed, we're going into executive session. Mr. Ogden, we'll call you when we're ready.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. And we are now back, and I need a motion to come out of executive session, please.
So.
Second,
Okay.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are now back in session. And next on the agenda is our, you have to continue on. Sorry, I almost skipped right over.
Please don't skip me. I need a lot of stuff.
All right, Mr. O'Brien, take it away.
Okay. Requesting permission to move forward with a purchase for a Generac series generator for the Butternuts Tower site in an amount not to exceed $43,000. That's coming off state contract and will be paid for out of our SICG grant.
Motion? Second? Motion, second, discussion? That seems like it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, really.
How big is it?
50.
All right.
Those are
Anything further? Discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Mickle.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway,
Yes.
Powers.
Approved.
Also requesting permission to purchase the microwave hot for the Butternuts Tower site from Nokia in an amount not to exceed $272,633.37 off of state contract, also out of our SSCG.
Motion, second,
Second.
discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Approved.
Also requesting permission to purchase the tower for the Butternuts Tower site from Midstate Communication in an amount not to exceed $132,945. We did that out through Onondaga, also coming out of the SICG grant line.
Motion. Second. Discussion? What type of tower is this?
Belmont,
Three leg or one leg?
of self-supporting.
So is Butternuts, is this Morris area too? Butternuts, Morris?
Well, we've got a tower in Morris. Unfortunately, does not provide the coverage we need in Gilbertsville. It's very, very important. Gilbertsville. So this, so this will improve that drastically.
Oh,
That'd be another one.
really?
Just keep getting grants.
Are those state grants? State? Okay.
Further discussion? Roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Approved. Next.
Want me to go line by line or just?
Yeah, I guess you better go line by line.
I think that would be fine, but just make sure you're requesting, it's not really a transfer, it's a resolution requesting these funds to be spent out of the ambulance reserve.
So we can do it in one resolution, I believe.
Yeah, actually, I
But we
think we
just
can.
need to,
I would call out the
Yeah.
specifics.
the specifics, right? So we'll do one resolution.
Is that okay,
Specifics.
Jocelyn?
We'll make it okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so requesting 10,000 from the EMS reserve to be used in the vehicle repair line due to a shortage of funds and an increase in repairs due to an increase in volume.
Okay.
Requesting another 10,000 into our materials and supply line, also due to a shortage of funds and increase in supply use due to the increased volume. And then the big one, requesting 100,000 into our contracts line due to a shortage and increased billing charges.
Okay, now we'll accept the motion. Second? Motion and second discussion.
So does the biller charge based on volume then?
More they bill, the more we pay them. That we collect, the more we pay.
I really have to look at that one.
I like that clarification.
And it's, 24 going into 25, it was very difficult to predict what it was going to look like.
Right, now it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just one important thing we need to note about what exactly is happening in terms of the accounts. Do you want to do that, Jacinda, or do you want me to screw it up?
Yes, so the money has to be an equal increase in revenue as well as expense. So the money has to be moved from the reserve to the revenue account as well as the expense account.
Say that again.
So the request is to use the reserve funds,
Right.
and then it functions as a budget mod. So it will increase his revenue line as well as increasing those three expense lines. So his revenue goes up by the same amount that his expenses are going up. Jocelyn has all of the budget codes.
Because you put the funds in the revenue.
Correct.
Yes.
I need to sign it.
Yes, I would have a copy.
What revenue line,
It's your other income line, because you only have two revenue lines and the other one is for the asset revenues.
In future years.
I was thinking the same thing because your revenue line is kind of dedicated to ambulance revenue. So putting this in will
Inflate it.
inflate.
Can you make another line?
For
Have a
analytical
revenue line?
purposes.
So when you say.
I don't think
inflate,
we
you
should
mean
do
for
that
budget
now.
purposes?
Interesting.
You mean for budget purposes, it'll inflate it?
When we analyze our revenues, right,
Oh.
it will look like we got $120,000
In revenue.
more.
Right.
Now, if that's all we do in a year, we can probably keep track of that,
Okay.
right? If we're in a situation where we are taking out of the ambulance reserve fund a lot,
Right.
we might want to change things around. And even regardless of this, it might be better to have a line that just says, fee revenue. That's what a lot of departments have. So we'll need to look into that. We won't want to change that here. That'll be something.
I just wanted to understand what you meant by that. Okay. So that's complete. We had a motion, we had a second. So we've had discussion, any further discussion?
I think to keep it clear that we need to have a separate motion for the approval of, requesting the approval of funds in the amount of $120,000 from the ambulance reserves
So you need a separate one.
first, yes,
All right.
and then the transfers,
Got it.
or excuse me, mods, budget
Okay.
mods.
So I'll accept the motion
Okay.
for the transfer of funds to 120,000 from reserve. Motion, second. Discussion. Roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Motion carried. Now we have a motion and a second on the floor with discussion. Any further discussion on acceptance of using that? Hearing, right. Hearing none, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Aye. Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Motion carried, both motions carried. So, okay. Anything else? No. Thank you. Thank you. Carry on.
Will do.
Next on the agenda is our public defender.
I just have one item on the agenda.
No.
which was to talk about the assigned council program. But I also understand we could go over the strategic plan for an update during this meeting too, if you want. I'll just give you a quick update on the strategic plan. On ClearGov, I went through and I had marked 25%, you know, for the previous quarter. I just went through and marked 50% because it's been another quarter. Ideally, in the future, I'd like a better way to, you know, show what we're doing, but there's just been other things sort of, you know, being occupied. So that's what I did this time around. And if you have any specific questions, you know, outside of this meeting or during this meeting, I'll be happy to answer them. But the most pressing thing I think is the assigned council program. So, not really sure where to start. ILS has been talking about Otsego County developing an assigned council program for some time. I know that it was talked about before I even became a public defender. I had hoped to sort of get this running like a year ago. It just takes more time to do the planning. So here we are in budget season and looking ahead to 2026. And now we're like, geez, we'd really love this program to start January 2026. Can it happen? Maybe. We have, so the grant money for our county is already in place. We get it through the HH2 grant. So it's already there. The money that we're not using in that grant is not in our current budget right now. Because, you know, for example, these positions, while the money to have these people is in the grant, we haven't created those positions, so we haven't budgeted for them. So I think the biggest amount of work to actually get this up and running is to create the positions, because there's all kinds of civil service rules that we have to sort through. There's, you know, different things to consider about different levels. Should we create a new department or not? The entire time that I've been thinking about this, it's always been its own department. It's important that the assigned council program be separate from the public defender's office, and it's supposed to be kind of like a counterpart. So it's a conflict defender. So when people aren't assigned the public defender, they're assigned somebody else, the conflict defender or 18B counsel. So their records will be completely separate. They'll have different contracts, presumably with different investigators, stuff like that. So my hope is that it would be its own department. I would also hope that it could take over a budget line that we already have. It's A1172. So I have budget line A1170. That's the public defender stuff specifically. There's A1172, which already exists. It's called conflict defender, and I have control over that line right now. I put money in that line. I think last year was the first year we really put more money in that line. We took it away from the PD budget line because it's really money that is for 18B assigned council. So we've started to use the A1172 line more. And I had always just planned on the ACP program taking over that. I don't know if that's possible or not. We'll hear from Alan Ruffles if, you know, they can do that or not.
Does that budget line, it currently falls under your department right now?
Right now, I have control over it.
Right, because I think that, and Steve can answer this better, but doesn't the comptroller, aren't there rules as far as what the budget line has to be? So if she has that assigned counsel use that budget line, I don't know that there may be a whole different budget line that is not even have anything to do with her department, I think.
I think what Susan is saying is for assigned counsel type work, she runs charges through 1172 rather than 1170.
Right, but I mean, this new person wouldn't use that line,
I would
right?
hope they would use that line.
Right, that's what I'm just wondering.
And that I think would be fine. The
Okay.
comptroller doesn't say which lines go to which department, which budget lines go to which, just so we be clear about. Just so we be clear about. So if ultimately we do a local law or a resolution that says we're going to create a new department, we would put in that resolution And these operations will be funded out of major account code, whatever, 1172. But that's some of the stuff, the budget and the civil service stuff that we gotta work through together.
So it's my belief that this department is primarily, if not wholly, funded through grant.
Yeah, the whole infrastructure is gonna be grant funded, through ILS. That means the personnel lines, the, office supplies, equipment, furniture, data storage, case management system and rent.
But what is not paid for, we still have to contribute to the 18B.
So, yeah, so things that aren't covered are not covered now. So the county pays 18B council to, you know, to their hourly rate, it's $150 an hour.
And there is a minor
Yes,
kickback from the
we
state.
do get that. We get some reimbursement for the state, from the state, and we will continue to do that. But that is a local cost that will just continue no matter what, whether we create this department or not. The money from the state is to create this other entity that manages 18B, manages the vouchers, manages their budget. They handle any complaints, issues, they recruit more attorneys, they provide trainings.
The conflict of interest.
Eliminates the conflict that I think I have in my office when I have full access to 18B vouchers that I shouldn't even be seeing. So.
And these grant funds, do you think they're perpetuity? I mean,
Yeah, because it's all based on the Harrell Herring lawsuit that was settled by the state 10 or 15 years ago. It's the state acknowledging that they haven't supported the counties in funding public defense, both criminal and family court. So, I mean, I think it's pretty solid funding. And they are very interested. ILS really wants this to happen. They basically said, please come up with a proposal and tell it to us. And, you know, they want to make it happen. They like the idea of the regional program too, to share the services with them.
We've gotten a lot of support for this, and indeed for almost all the work that Susan has been doing in the PD's office. I'm a little more skeptical than Susan is about will it continue in perpetuity?
We don't know,
Because we don't know.
but that doesn't mean we have to continue it for
Right. right, if
Right.
if
It
there's no
does.
grant funds.
I don't think it's gonna happen in the next budget. I think it will be several years out, because the fear is, you know, because of the Harold Hearing thing, that counties are just as the original 5 counties were just completely vulnerable to court-ordered changes. At the moment, we're not under those court-ordered changes, but if the state funding goes away, we would be, and we would have to fund it out of local funds. I think the decision is gonna be other priorities in the state budget. And I agree with Susan, the state is not in the next several years going to walk away from this.
Yeah. So in my mind, correct me if you think I'm wrong, we need to create these positions and fund and fill in 26.
Yeah, yeah.
Fund and fill for
26,
26, right.
not 25 or 26.
Yeah, yes.
And I think that's really important. I'm not sure I effectively communicated this to ILS earlier, but I would, if we waited, right, and sought county approval, the local law sometime in 26, I think it would be much harder for us to approve this, because I fear that we might be in the midst of all these federal budget cuts and in a kind of a cutback situation. I think it's better to get this in, think this through and get it in as a program. Now,
Right.
some people are going to disagree
Well,
with that.
regardless, we have to provide ATP. We don't have a choice.
Right, but this is an upgrade
It is,
so to speak, in the management of AT.
Yeah.
correct. And that, the management part of it is funded through grant.
Yes.
So
So who would this department ultimately answer to?
this committee, I would
This
assume.
committee as well too.
Yeah, that's what I
You
was.
just don't come at the same time.
So they would, you at some point in time would relinquish the ATV.
Yeah, they would take over the budget, they would create policy and, structure and standards. They could implement timelines for vouchers. If there's any issues, they're gonna figure out how to resolve it.
Right.
They're gonna recruit more ATV attorneys, like, it's really difficult for a lot of judges and town courts, family court to find attorneys to cover cases right now. And I just learned that Otsego doesn't even have it as bad as some of our neighboring counties. But like, there's like, I don't know, you can count them on one hand, probably how many attorneys are willing to take ATV cases, which is like so different than it was 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah, because of the increase in the hourly.
Yeah.
I
But,
could, when I had a court, I couldn't even, process what's the deal.
so now just the job market is just so different, and we need like someone putting some time and energy into creating a more like robust program that's more sustainable. When judges can't find attorneys, the case doesn't go away, it just lingers, and that person might be in jail. They might just be, having to come back to court each month, depending on, what court they're going to. It just creates, inefficiencies in other ways.
So I sent out an email earlier this week. Let's get this going. So what do you think we can accomplish today?
Well, I could continue to work with Penny to try to get these job descriptions sort of ironed out.
Okay.
I think the county attorney's office is doing what they need to do for the local law and insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I think a decision needs to be made, though, are we creating a separate department with a new department head? Or are we going to park it under another department? Like the county administrator's office.
I don't think we should make that decision yet until we've explored that a little bit further.
Okay.
But I agree, that will be something that we'll want to resolve. I think there's two pieces we have to accomplish. A local law, so we gotta think through all of that stuff, and we've done a lot of that already, but we still have a lot to do that Penny's research highlight. And then we gotta do the budget thing, document, which should be simple to do once we work this up. I think if this stuff plays out in September, by October-ish, we should be able to move forward. Because I understand, hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, Monica, but the local law process itself,
Right.
the template is not all that
No,
complicated.
we already have a draft.
Right.
What we
Right.
need is board
Decision.
decision on whether it's going to even be a separate
Okay.
department, because
So-
it doesn't need to be.
Let's get as much of the local law finalized and ready to go. So that when we make that decision, that we just plug right in there.
I think we already did.
Because I want to see
Okay.
this, if not by January 1st, ready to go by the first quarter.
Well, I think you should. I don't think there's any reason why we can't
That's
put
what
this in place. Well,
What about the job description? I got them 5 or 6 days ago. Generally, they take 3 months to go through because we have 47 municipalities that are also sending in job descriptions. So, we're doing the best that we can.
So I missed that. Is that part done or is it in process?
It's in process.
Okay.
I haven't even had a chance to look at 2 of the 3 of them already.
Okay.
The easy one is the paralegal, but the 2 other positions that I looked at very quickly, I wasn't sure that it supported the salary that ILS is basically proposing to Susan and other public defenders.
What do you think
So
they would
I
have a
have-
title?
Excuse me?
What do you think they would have a title?
They've shared titles from other counties with us, and my submissions were based on some of what I've seen from other counties. They just gave me a new one today, which I just forwarded to Penny and Wendy to take a look at. It's helpful. But ILS, so they're in it and they give guidance, but then also they want the counties to figure it out themselves. So they don't want to like impose everything, you know, like in other counties, they have deputy administrators, and we had a conversation about what the word deputy means in Otsego County, and we kind of backed away from using that word. So
It
different.
means that in every county, that's by law what a deputy can do, so it's not just Otsego County.
So for whatever reason, in other counties that works, we didn't feel during our last conversation, deputy was a great word to use for us. But they acknowledge that, you know, every county's different.
I think what's important is on the civil service stuff, there's only one expert on this. And it happens to be that lady over there, and she just needs a little time to grind through, look at all those issues that we know all of us know a little bit about, but probably just enough to be dangerous. So I think we can work that timeline in and get this done. Okay. Did you have a question?
Penny, I'm just used to you doing everything.
I know, and we're trying hard, we're trying hard. We've got somebody
I
out
know,
on that
I know
line,
you
and
guys
2
are-
people out, and 1 person on vacation, so we're down to like half staff. No, we're doing our best to get to everything.
No, I think that's.
I absolutely agree that it will be done before, before January first, but to have it ready for this meeting with Bob,
know it has to be done.
you know, when we oversee 47.
No, we-
Challenge
just
bids.
knowing.
Process.
Okay. All right.
What's
But
gonna
plus
make
moving
the
forward, I mean,
I have a question for the budget process. Do we want to see this as a decision package
Yes.
that you guys would review? Okay.
So I started doing the decision package and I'm almost done with it because I have a template budget, which is a draft and it's gonna be changed a little bit, but the decision package, I don't think is that cumbersome. I'm doing it as a mandate.
one of the concerns about the decision package that I have is just that the proposed salary for the assigned counsel at $150,000 is going to be higher than positions like, I think deputy position, I think it's higher than your salary. Yeah, okay.
So
But if I could just finish, please? The deputy salary, which is like the second highest, we have a chief district attorney. So I have to make sure that that salary fits within the county's salaries as well, is all I'm saying. So I certainly appreciate having guidance from ILS as to what they propose for the salary. And there may be other counties that have different salaries for their attorneys or salary schedules within their county where that may fit. But that's a consideration that is partly civil service and partly just HR and that type of thing.
You want that?
Yeah.
that stuff needs to be considered in the decision package.
Oh,
Right, that's
what I'm
gonna
saying,
be,
right.
because there's two things. She's gonna create a decision package, and then in the budget office, we're gonna add basically comments to that, highlighting particular issues. And hopefully you guys can come to an agreement and we can just say, wonderful. I love it when that's all we have to do.
Is this gonna be full-time, part-time, or we haven't decided?
I'm proposing full-time. I think maybe years down the road, it could be considered to be a part-time, but I don't think it's a good idea to have it be part-time to start. It's 2 counties.
Is that 18B thing?
Yes.
So we have a manager for 2 people that take 18B cases in the county? Okay, good. Good way to spend money.
So we want to get some stuff on paper and some documentation, because I'm sure there will be a variety of work that one.
So very few people are taking ATV cases in this county unless it's a family court. So what is this person going to do? I think we talked about it. It's going to be somebody somehow oversees these attorneys. They're private contractors. They don't answer to anybody. What is this person going to do?
They will have to answer to the ETV administrator, whatever they're called. They're gonna be
Under what theory, Susan?
how they do it in other counties.
Then those, if they have to answer, they just said you won't get anybody to do ATV work. I mean, why would they? They're an independent contractor. Is this 18B lawyer going to tell them you have to go out and do it this way or that way? They're 18B. They don't answer to anybody how they do their job.
They're not gonna be micromanaged percentage, but other counties have been able to recruit more 18B and actually make an application process for attorneys to get 18B assignments, and it's more competitive.
Maybe other counties where there's a lot of 18B work, or maybe the other counties where there's a lot of 18B people interested. Right now, we have 2 people that do 18B work in local courts, or even in county courts. You've got Andy Puritz, and you've got Dennis Laughlin. And that's it. Even with the increase in hourly. Yes, sir.
I think that's what Susan was saying earlier, is that there's, even with the rates, there's not very many.
There's no lawyers in the county.
Is there a need for more 18B?
There's a need for more attorneys in the county, period.
Right.
But these attorneys don't need anybody to look over their shoulder. What are they gonna tell them to do? I don't understand what they're gonna tell them to do. I just like to know what job is this 18B manager going to do? What are their duties going to be in connection with the people that take 18B counsel?
Do they have to do all the paperwork, submit all the paperwork?
So, I've given the descriptions to Penny with a lot of, more detail in those position duty statements. those
So,
are pretty descriptive.
Way back when this was first discussed, one of the questions I asked was, could a paralegal handle this in ILS, and you said no. Well, I could be wrong. All I know is from what I see, of course, I've only been doing this for 30 years, so I could be wrong about this. But I would like to see what the duties are. I mean, it's none of my business, it's your decision. But I'd like to see what their duties are, because I can't believe that I don't know what they would have that would be legal about their job. And I don't know what they would be doing that would be legal. Unless they're, right, and would require a law license for something they're doing. Are they going to oversee the billing, to make sure that the 18B council is not overbilling? You wouldn't have to be a lawyer to do that.
The idea is to remove conflict of interest from public defender's office, so that 18B is separate.
And yes, they would be reviewing billing to make sure that.
The judges do that now, but what's that?
Because there's a perceived conflict of interest with the 18B being administered by the public defender.
Oh, you mean putting the bills through?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well, then, yeah, a well-trained monkey could do the bill. Just saying. Just saying,
All right, thank you for your input. So.
But that was what I was asking also, is that I didn't know whether or not running that department required being a lawyer or not, but I don't know.
I
These are
asked that
questions I was,
question when
that's
we
what I
had a
was
meeting
asking
with
that, I don't know.
ILS, and ILS specifically said, yes, you have to be.
And they gave you no reason why.
Well, that's not completely true. That's not completely true, right? What they were saying is, at the very least, they strongly recommend, right, in their grant guidelines and the like, that this is run by an attorney.
I had the impression they wouldn't fund it.
That was my
Yes.
impression.
Yeah, that's not the same as what you're saying. It's not required. They may not fund it.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about what skills would be required to do billing. I mean, that's not,
Well,
if that's what they're overseeing.
you're right, but the other piece is, tell me if I remember this correctly. ILS is interested in doing anything they can to improve the overall skills and support of 18B attorneys. They look at that from a statewide perspective. I have no idea if that's a problem here or not, but I think they see this office as a focal point for that locally. Kind of like 18B administrators in counties that don't have a people.
Right, they make the assignments, they look at the billing, they do all that.
Yeah, they do all that, but they also arrange for training, for getting, legal training, for getting, like support investigators.
They have, there's specific funding for venture programs, second chair programs.
If they're paying for it, they'll pay for it.
All right, so we're getting off track. We'll revisit this again next month.
So next month, though, we should try to have the position ready to go
for you.
Well, assuming that you get it.
Right.
That's why I'm.
That's your very cool. Yeah, of
I
course.
want
I
to see
can do
this
that.
language anyway.
So Penny, do you
Because
think?
Whatever it is.
if they don't slide in at the right scale, it keeps everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
understand what
have
you're
to make sure that, that the person is, the salary would support it based on what the duties are or
Right.
whatever, even if it does require being an attorney. Does it require being paid what you and the county attorney are paid, or could it be less of a salary?
I don't want,
A salary of an attorney entering is a grade 10, maybe it's an 11 or 12. A 12 is where, the deputy is for the county attorney, or where the chief,
I don't want to end up in
DA.
a situation where that attorney, and that attorney are missed because this attorney is making money.
so I mean, it's important where it gets put into
I mean,
properly
And I
into
know you know how
hours.
to,
I don't know how you
you're
can,
sensitive to that, so.
Yeah,
if you've got attorneys that are going to court, litigating cases, and you're gonna pay somebody sitting behind a desk that reviews vouchers and pay them the same money, that would be just, yeah, it'd be a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
I
No, I see that too. We've experienced it.
John actually has an agenda for this meeting.
I'm having fun.
All right,
I
so,
know.
anything else? Okay, so next month we'll try to have positions. And.
Oh, they're way behind.
Yes.
She said yeah.
She should.
yes, we'll have to talk.
Okay. Victor, you're up, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Try to make it so I don't have my back to anybody.
Sorry?
Try to make it so I don't have my back to anyone.
Oh, that's.
All right. In July, I brought to committee the consideration of extending our contract with SMSA, the principal architect firm, for the training center. Just to reaffirm that there's no money to be exchanged. We don't have any intent on moving forward with anything. It's just to allow this to not expire.
Keep it in force so we don't have to redo it.
Correct.
You're okay with that? Okay. I'll entertain a motion. Discussion? Hearing that, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle. Keaton. Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Okay, number 2, requesting retroactive extension for our COOP and SEMP expired 8/1/25. We
What is
did
this?
talk to, this is for continuity of government, continuity of operations.
okay.
We did talk to the gentleman that's doing the plan for us. It has to do with the fact that receiving feedback from department heads, so that's why we've gone under that expiration date.
Okay,
Just looking for a retroactive extension.
motion? I'll move. Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Mickle.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Pass.
May I ask how long they are being extended for?
Oh, we didn't talk that. I can throw any number you want at them.
Whatever is approved. We need something.
1 year, 1 year?
Yeah, I mean, it should be completed well before then, but 1 year would be sufficient.
When you're up.
So make sure you give them a date because you're doing it retro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure. you-
So August 1st to 26th.
Perfect. Next.
All right.
Oh, did we vote on that? Yeah.
Yes. Last month, we brought before committee consideration for program enhancement for variable message signboard. We were asked to revisit this again in August for the county administrator. Looking to see where we're at with that consideration. First,
Right.
before I ask you a second.
Second? Motion second discussion, Mr. Administrator.
I'm not sure we're gonna have enough money in contingent to fund this at this stage. Or for that matter, the fourth. So I don't know how essential these are, but we're starting to get a lot of pressure. As you know.
Can we put this off until
Well,
October, November?
we did include that as part of our budget submission for next year, only because I didn't know where it was gonna go today, so it is in there, so don't be surprised that you see that.
Okay, well,
So I'm not
that's
I'm not
fair.
heartbroken if you say no
That's fair
today,
enough, yeah.
so I can eliminate my next request for the forklift as well.
All right, so we'll put those on hold. So, we have a motion on the floor in a second. Just, you want to rescind it? Sending that, right? Table it.
Untable.
Table it.
Table it. Okay. Go ahead.
Table the forklift as well, right?
Yeah, well, that's not even on the floor, so.
I don't think, we're not gonna fund these in 25. I don't believe at all.
Okay.
If he's got it in the 26 budget, we can just rescind
Make
this.
sure when we're in budget session, remind us that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Good.
Next item, Deputy Fire Coordinator Nesky, needs to, and he will submit to me by the end of today, he needs to temporarily resign his position here, in order to,
Retire?
so he can
That's
retire
baloney,
from the,
Okay. I didn't.
he was told that he had to and wasn't gonna be able to collect his pension until that's what he retired on this one, I guess. So, I don't know.
I had 4 jobs and I didn't, I shouldn't say that.
I won't say anything, I won't tell you.
Okay,
It's broadcasted, that's okay.
so we'll accept his resignation, is what you're saying?
Yeah, so then I'm just requesting that, reinstatement.
Yeah. Right.
Post 8:15.
So I think we can do that by voice vote motion. Second?
Second.
Oh, you second that? Good.
You can hear it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Just a real brief update. In June, I requested a deputy fire coordinator funded vacancy be filled. After we got all the paperwork sent back and forth between administrator's office, our office, and personnel, it was determined that that was an EMS coordinator position, which is not what we're looking to fill. I have a meeting with Penny tomorrow to discuss changing the terminology on that position overall to maybe just making it a deputy coordinator, so it's not specific to fire or EMS. Just an update, you don't need any action on that. Next item I have is, this would be a request for contingency funds. It's not something that we have budgeted, but after the sheriff's request and our recent interaction in the field, in areas that we have very poor to no cellular access, we are looking to purchase Starlink subscription. Startup cost would be $4,000 for 2 phones and then $165 per month per phone through the end of the year. We have that budgeted for next year as well.
But you said you need that out of contingency.
To get us started, yeah,
Did
because
he-
otherwise we'd have to wait until the beginning of the year
Did he approve that?
to do that.
You know if he approved that or not?
Approve that in the budget?
No, for taking that money out of contingency.
I don't know, I was expecting him to.
I would say.
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that right now. Bring it up next month and we'll see.
Okay. Last item I have, requesting a board resolution to honor Milford firefighters Jonathan Ash and Will Smith. Both the Milford Fire Department, they rescued a resident from second-story structure fire on July the 18th, at approximately 2 a.m.
Absolutely. I'll entertain a motion for that and, motion,
So moved.
second? Discussion,
I know, I think it's been there.
roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Nickel,
Aye.
Keaton, Brockway,
Aye.
Powers.
Motion carried, and they're gonna be present at the board meeting on, the third.
So I'll need to work with Ed and Carol and yourself to coordinate the presentation.
And the certificates.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all I have.
all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This quick. Our grant year ends in September, so I'm just looking for permission to spend a bunch of money. It's all grant funded. The first thing we're looking for is to spend $5,000 on general office supplies, furniture, food, and refreshments for our victims and families, printing supplies, decor, cleaning, sanitations, all that fun stuff.
Motion? Second,
Okay.
discussion?
How much do you get every year for grants? So this is for our OCFS grant, and we had two from them for last year. So one was about 140,000, and then got an additional one for 66,000 last year.
Any further discussion?
And those can be used on training, anything, right?
Yeah.
Roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Nickel,
Aye.
Keaton,
Aye.
Brockway,
Aye.
Powers.
Motion carried.
The next thing is $3,000 to be spent on family group event supplies, handouts, promotional items, that's stuff that we give away to the families, or at events that we go to, or about education stuff.
Motion,
Second.
discussion? Roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Nickel,
Aye.
Keaton, Brockway,
Aye.
Powers.
Carried.
Next thing is we're looking for permission to pay $2,000 for the annual OPM training. This is the Otsego Committee on Child Abuse and Neglect. It's a yearly conference that we always help fund. This year, I think this is going to cover the presentive finance and technical assistance. Our topic this year is building trauma-informed families, empowering parenting survivors to break generational cycles of trauma and dysfunction. And this is 100% OCFS grant funded.
Motion,
So moved.
second. Discussion? Roll call vote.
Wilbur,
Aye.
Nickel,
Aye.
Keaton,
Aye.
Brockway,
Aye.
Powers.
Carried.
Next thing is I'm looking for permission to pay $4,200 to the Monique Foundation Prevention Education Program. This is the program that the Child Advocacy Center uses to do all of the education within the school system. So it focuses on kindergarten through 12th grade, teaching all of the like age appropriate. There's different material for each grade for child victimizations, abuse, bullying, all the types of abuse and victimization. This is the program that we use with our new position that we have something starting in our new position for the Safe Harbor Coordinator in September. So this is the program that they'll use. It's something that we do yearly, and we have a lot of teachers or school counselors also trained in this program. It's also 100% grant funded.
So moved.
Second.
Is this like an online program? They give you the material?
Yep, and they give us a whole bunch of like printouts and signs and all kinds of stuff. So.
Further? Roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nickel.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Carried.
The next thing is I'm looking for permission to send up to 10 multidisciplinary team members to the New York State Children's Online Child Abuse Leadership Conference. This is taking place in Albany, October 27th through 29th. It has over 25 workshops led by experts in the field, covering the latest research and best practices, innovative approaches to child protection, advocacy, and child abuse investigation. It's 100% grant funded. Specifically, it's $295 per person, so the total would be $2,950 for registration. Lodging at the federal reimbursement rate for Albany is $117 per night. We're looking for 2 nights per person, not to exceed $2,340. Breakfast and lunch are included, so for meals, we're just looking for $36 per night for dinner, not to exceed $720. And then mileage, we're gonna have a lot of people riding together, so that would not exceed $500.
Motion. Second. Oh, sorry, we got motion second. Discussion. Roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nickel.
Aye.
Keaton. Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, and my last one is permission to send up to 10 multidisciplinary multidisciplinary team members to the Hope Changes Everything Child Abuse Comprehensive Link Classes. This is taking place October 7th and 8th and focuses on the topic of child abuse, exploitation, and trafficking. It's 100% grant funded. Registration for this one is $275 per person, so a total of $2,700. Lodging for the federal weekly reimbursement rate for the classes is $165 per night, 2 per person, not to exceed $3,300. Meals, breakfast and lunch are included, so it would be $36 per person for dinner, so the total is $720. And mileage, again, a lot of people will be riding together, but this one's a little bit further, so total not to exceed $1,000.
It's a really good conference. I've been to it, it's a really good conference.
Yeah. Motion,
So moved.
second? Got a motion, second discussion?
Who are the team members that go?
It depends. So we have, I'm on multidisciplinary. MDT members are the district attorney's office, the county attorney's office, law enforcement from all of our local agencies, child protective services, mental health, child advocacy center, probation. There's just a whole lot, medical, there's a whole bunch of us. So whoever wants to go.
County, your local people?
Yeah, these are our local people. We meet monthly to discuss our child abuse cases or severe ones. So.
Thank you.
Further discussion? Roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nichol.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
And Lake Placid is a really nice type place.
You want to go down?
I may go. I've been there before. See ya.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, sir, you're up.
So, I know I shouldn't run my mouth about things, but, you know, they're gonna pay for that, they'll pay for that position until they decide not to pay for it anymore, then you guys are gonna be stuck with it.
It's good to hear, it's good to hear all of you.
And you won't have them.
Oh, you can do it that way. That's just what the game always play with. So I'm here not to spend any of your money. Right? So, but I am with the request, as I know I've talked to some maybe before the days of part-time district assistants are really going by the wayside. And I know the way that the structure's gone here, you know, I mean, we're paying our part-timers 85 and we're starting full-timers at like 102. So that's how the structure is now. So it's pretty amazing. So at some point, right now I only have one part-timer, and at some point he's gonna go or he's gonna become full-time or whatever. So I'm looking at the future here a little bit, and in the not so distant future, I believe we'll add another full-time and get rid of all part-timers in the office. So at this point in time, I'm looking to create and fill a full-time assistant district attorney position starting on January 1st of 2026. This says 2025, it should be 2026. So let's see. Fix that. What's a lawyer without a pen? And I don't have one. Thank you. And just to have that position ready for down the road, if we need it, we can fill it. That's the one reason. Second reason is sort of a selfish reason for myself. I want it because when I'm going to retire at the end of the year. So, yes, sir. Yes. So when I retire, I want to be appointed to this position so that I can help the office if they need any help.
Okay.
You know, there may be we don't know. I mean, hopefully there's no big homicide case or a bad sex abuse case that they need help with. They need help with motions or help trying the case. I mean, I've been doing a lot longer. I've been doing all these special victim stuff for so long. Nobody in the office that really does them, except me. So I'm asking so my plan is if you approve this position, it's gonna have 0 salary. There's gonna be no salary for next year. If they need me, I'm just going to help. So, and that's my choice. That's what I like to do. County's been good to me. I've had a great career. I have no problem donating a few hours if the county needs it. So hopefully they never need me, but if they need me, I'll be here until such time as they say, we don't need you in this position anymore. So that's what I'm looking to do.
Okay, so motion,
Second.
motion second discussion?
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
it's, you know, it just makes me feel good
It's
because,
extraordinary.
well, I don't think it is. It makes me feel good. And right now, the office is excellent. The county is going to be in great shape when I leave, as long as nobody comes in and screws it up. That's planned it to the T. So, but this will make me feel more confident in case something's needed. This way I can come in, I can appear in court, I can sign documents, I can appear virtually if necessary, whatever, but I'll have the authority to do it. So.
So who's taking your position?
Well, they're gonna have to, so when I'm done in fall, when I'm done, because I'm in the middle of the term. So Chris, as the chief, will automatically become acting DA, and there'll be an election in November.
Okay, so he doesn't get appointed interim.
If the governor did, but I can't imagine the governor
Okay,
doing
but
that.
it would not be this body, it would be either the governor.
The governor would have to appoint him as DA. By law, he becomes acting DA.
Right.
Because he's the chief, so then he'll be acting DA.
Got it.
Until the end of the year, and there'll be an election in November, unless the governor appoints somebody, but she hasn't appointed anybody. She's never filled the DA position, so I don't expect she's going.
Okay, perfect.
That's 26.
Yes, so there'll be an election in November of 26, and whoever's elected in 26 will take office on January 1st of 27.
Okay. All right, so we have motion second, roll call vote.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nichol.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Yes.
Powers.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all the service you've given us in the last.
Would you, when you're gonna get back to,
I have to, you want it now, after we meet with them and next week?
yeah, give it to him now. We'll make sure it gets signed and that we do this for all.
Don't lose that paper.
You count on it?
No,
I'll be
we'll
there.
do it.
I'll be there.
I'll see that in next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. And finally, but not least, is our county clerk. Yep. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
A couple quick things today. The governor signed a mortgage tax bill that extends it from January 1st of 2026 through December 31st of 2027. So we would need a resolution to accept that home rule. And then we'd also need a resolution adopting a local law because the current local law expires with the current mortgage tax.
All right, so I need a motion to accept the resolution, accept the designation. Second. Motion second, discussion.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nichol.
Aye.
Keaton. Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Carried. Now I need a motion to, discussion.
Wilbur.
Aye.
Nichol.
Aye.
Keaton.
Aye.
Brockway.
Aye.
Powers.
Carried on to administration.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ask a quick question for you. Do you have your first weekend event yet? The mobile?
No, not yet.
What?
Tentatively in September, so that we start this and whatever. If I still gotta come out, look at the building, make sure it's okay, so gotta get the IT, look at the internet connection.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for public safety?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.
Recording stopped.